let me ask you something. What do you think of this guy, Mark Harris? I mean, he's in the Green Room.
Can I tell you something? I like this guy.
You like him?
Can I?
But he's delusional. I got to tell you why he's delusional.
Why do you think he's delusional?
I'll tell you why he's delusional. Can I tell you something? I'll tell you a story.
Why I like him.
Right.
He's fun. I like to be with him.
Would you like to meet him?
I met him. He was in the Green Room. We talked on the phone a couple of times.
Really?
What do you mean you talked on the phone?
What do you mean you talked on the phone?
Oh, no.
Does that bother you?
Yeah, no. What do you mean you talked on the phone?
Call me. We're going to test. He wanted to do some couple of things. Want to meet me in New York. He's a fine gentleman. He invites me to parties if I want to go.
Do you ever go?
No, I'm not a party. I'm like you. I don't go nowhere.
You think he's in love with you? You know, he's a bisexual.
That's something. I don't care his sexual agenda.
Of course not.
I like him. I really like him. You know why? He's got a certain quality that he's a likable guy.
Right.
Don't cross him.
Really?
Why is that? What would he do?
Because he's got
Who
that
does
thing
he
hanging
know?
up the side of the...
What do you think of the fact that he married an old woman?
He didn't marry no... Oh, we married someone that he probably loved, he cared about. What's the difference? Who cares who he married? If I marry a goddamn alligator, well, who cares?
Right. Would you... Well, let me understand. Here's the problem.
There's no problem.
Mark wants to be...
Understand.
Yeah, Mark wants to be in show business, all right? Pat, listen to me.
Pat's looking at his watch. What,
Are we holding you up? You have somewhere to go?
You know why?
Why?
I learned from the last couple of times. Before you turn around and say, Pat, it's been a pleasure, I'll get out the door.
No, I'm not asking you to leave.
Because I know you. You're not going to deep nine me tonight.
By the way, let me give you a plug before I forget so you don't get mad. You'll be on the Fox News channel on Saturday at 4
Classic
p.m.
movie tone news. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's one of the nicest things that happened. Bob, and I said classic.
It's this Saturday?
This Saturday every week.
And you have Manja...
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Right.
Okay?
And you're in the process of writing a book, and you also have Manja.
Bodyguard's Bodyguard, which is going to be one of the best Italian books ever made because it's a true story about a guy who was really... The so-called tough guys.
Okay, good.
I'll give you one fast story. Jilly Rizzo was Frank Sinatra's bodyguard.
Right.
This guy was Jilly
Were you at Frank's funeral?
I don't go to funerals.
Were you invited?
I don't go to nobody's funeral.
Were you invited?
No, I wasn't invited. I wouldn't go.
Why were you not invited?
I don't have to go. I don't go to funerals.
He didn't like Frank Sinatra.
No, I did, but I didn't. I don't go to funerals.
You didn't like Frank Sinatra?
I don't go to my mother and father's funeral.
So why do you say he doesn't like Frank Sinatra?
I remember him saying something about,
No. You misinterpreted. What I said was the truth.
What?
Well, my situation with him, they said, I told him. I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah. Okay. What happened with you and Frank?
Nothing. We just turned around. When you work with a man like Frank Sinatra, you have to be his comic.
Right.
I ain't nobody's comic. He didn't pay me. Why should I be his comic?
Right.
He ain't my singer.
Right.
So he told me one night, he says, take out a story in your act. I said, do I tell you what songs to sing?
Right.
That was the end of my career with him.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And another time...
What story did he want taken out?
It was something about the Saints upside down I used to do in the act. Okay,
right.
now... Right. Then I meet him.
Because it was religious.
Yeah. No, it wasn't religious. It was funny. Give me a fake. But they wanted to test me, see if I could crumble. I don't crumble.
Right.
Frank likes to turn around and put 3 puffs in your pocket and squash them.
Right.
He likes to turn around and put firecrackers in your shoes. You can't do that.
He wants to see if he can control
that.
you.
Nobody controls me. I don't control me.
You didn't even buckle to the Frank Sinatra.
Buckle with who?
Were you afraid because it was always rumored he had mafia connections? Were you afraid that he would have you? Were you afraid he would rub you out?
Nobody rubs me out.
No one.
Right?
No one.
Rub me out.
That's right. You have a gun. Oh, you did.
Tell you what.
You're right.
I'm doing a benefit. Frank Sinatra says I'm going to do 4 songs. I said, okay. He said, when I finish the 4th song, you come out. He says, and introduce Peggy Lee. I said, fine. He comes off. As he's coming off in the 4th song, I run out. I told you 3 songs. You're never going to work with me no more. Well, he laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. He had a great sense of humor. Right. 2 years later, I meet him on the street. He goes, Pat, can I do the 4th song?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Meanwhile, if he had a great sense of humor, he wouldn't have asked you to cut out his the joke.
Oh, what about...
You never worked with him again.
What about... I don't care. Nobody controls me.
Great sense of humor. Right, no one controls you, right?
That's
right. I understand that. Gary, you're on the air.
Okay, hi, Howard. My name is Gary Scritt. I just wanted to know, I was a limousine driver in Atlantic City, and I drove Mr. Cooper's wife and daughter home from Caesars back in, I believe it was 84, 85. Make the story short, I get to Manhattan, I drive down where he lives, I get out of the limousine to get the bag, and a guy comes out of nowhere and pushes me out of the way and reaches into the trunk, and he starts grabbing the bags, and it was Pat Cooper.
Right.
Now, he doesn't let me carry any of the bags. He walks with me and his wife and daughter to the elevator. He turns around, he says, thank you very much for bringing my wife and daughter to me safely, and he hands me a $50 bill as a tip.
Oh.
Wow.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nobody like that guy. I mean, everybody's got a lot of things to say about him, but as a real human being, the guy is right down to earth.
Oh, you're a generous man, Pat.
Last night, the guy took us into Caesars.
What'd you tip him?
$100.
You gave him $100.
Absolutely.
You're a generous man.
And I gave the other guy going $60. What the hell's wrong? I gave him $160.
Right.
Because you know why? You're making a great living.
I was so afraid that was going to be a horror story. Didn't it sound like it was going to go? and then Pat would have taken me and choked me and beaten me.
No, wouldn't have.
I mean,
hey, if it's the truth, Howard, I can handle it.
No, you know when there's bad stories, you get crazy.
I hear it.
You get nuts. You start screaming, I'm setting you up.
No, you can never.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
What are you talking about? What, your memory going?
Pat's going senile, I think. Nobody knew it. Everyone's so shocked when something nice happens. So, Pat,
yes, sir.
Help me out with this Mark Harris for a minute, because he did come in, and as long as you're here, I think it would be interesting.
Am I on or off?
You're off now. We've had it with you. Go spend your $50. So, this guy, you know, he really isn't in show business, but he wants to be in show business. All right, you meet a lot of people, I guess, who feel they should be in show business, but they never really have anything.
And you're a big guy on talent.
Right.
You think talented people should be in this business?
Well, I don't judge him. I've never seen him do anything. I mean, I just like him as a person.
I want you to help me with this guy. All right? Here's Mark Harris. Come in. Pat will help me.
What is he wearing today?
While I was yawning, I heard breaking news.
Don't sit too close to Pat.
Over hill, over trail, we will kick your effing tail.
Here is Mark singing.
Your army of bugs. Just until we go to jail, because you're
It's a funny song, he says.
Arming your army with guns.
All right, so he wants to be a singer.
Fine. What's the number? He can be anything he wants. He can be a juggler.
All right, here's my problem.
Is he going to open for you?
Mark has an idea.
I've had some people open for me, can't do nothing. At least the guy that walks out there, he's got something to say. He's got a good sense of humor.
Right. Mark has.
I'm not soliciting you, Mark.
Mark. First of all, Mark, I don't even know how you got Pat Cooper's phone number. I don't know how you call him.
I gave it him.
You did?
Yeah, last time I gave him.
We don't have his phone number.
I don't even have his phone number.
Do I have your phone number?
No, you don't. I wouldn't give it to you.
I wouldn't ask you for it.
Right. What do I want to bother you with my number for?
You may turn around one day and want your life picked up.
So.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
You look marvelous.
Oh.
Mark, Mark's a nice guy. I like Mark, too. Don't get me wrong. But I'm always trying to bring him down to earth. Mark has this idea. He wants a TV show.
Well, Pat's got a cooking show. Mark has been selling a cooking show for how long?
Yeah. No, I gave that up.
You gave that up.
Mark always has a TV show. Let me explain this. So he comes to me. He says, I got a show, you know, that'll go on after your show or before your show on Saturday nights. And I said, yeah, what's the show? He said, he wants to be like Ted Mack. Ted Mack's Amateur. People will come on and perform, and then he will critique them.
Like the Gong Show.
Yeah. So I said, go out and shoot a pilot or something. Comes back. I would play it for you. I can't even shoot. I can't even play it for you. The audio is so bad, you can't even understand what anyone's saying. Now.
So he really did go shoot.
So I did Mark a favor. I gave it to Vinny Favale, who's in charge of late-night programming at CBS. I said, why not? And Mark's a friend of the show. I'll help him out. So Mark calls him every day. Vinny doesn't know what to say to him. Because with Vinny doesn't know what to say to Mark. Because really,
a nice guy.
No one's looking for the Ted Mack Amateur Hour. It already was on the air, and really, the Gong Show was on the air.
And then there was Star Search.
Star Search was on the air. It really is not an original idea.
No. Just an updated, personality-driven show. Right. And there's a lot of singers and wannabes out there.
So Vinny said to me, what am I going to do with this guy? He calls me every day.
Actually, it was Vinny who started the thing by saying he wanted a lead-out show.
Well, he does want a lead-out show, but this is not it.
You decided that?
I haven't decided. Vinny decided.
Oh, Vinny didn't say that.
Are people looking for another amateur hour, Pat? Be honest with them, please.
You want the truth?
Yeah.
We're going to have 150 channels. You're going to have to fill those space up.
You mean there's enough room for Mark?
There's always enough room.
You're saying there's 150...
Hey, if Rosie O'Donnell could get good ratings, I could get ratings.
You just hit a nerve.
I think you're better than Rosie O'Donnell. I'll give you that. I certainly do.
You're more real.
Here's Vinny. Vinny, tell Mark already.
Big fan, Mark. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I know.
Vinny's in charge. Pat, you know Vinny.
Vinny, how are you?
Hey, Pat, how are you? We had fun the last time we were together.
What?
Cindy Adams party.
Oh, wasn't that great?
That was terrific.
Were you at that Cindy Adams party?
Yeah, that's it. I went to Cindy's party, and hello, goodbye, and I left.
I'll tell you something.
I do.
I'll tell you something, Mark. You bring up Rosie O'Donnell. You're more feminine than Rosie O'Donnell.
I should hope. I'm a lot prettier. Did you see the size of her?
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
You are, absolutely.
She's anti-fur. She wears leather.
Right.
She eats a lot of beef. Did you see those hips?
She's anti-gun. She supports Kmart.
Yeah. She's anti-gun.
Right.
She's anti-pasta.
But she doesn't know what she's talking about.
So, Vinny, lay it to Mark once and for all so he understands.
Well, Howard, you said that we're clear. Did you see the tape that I sent you?
Yeah, I saw the tape.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very hard to figure out what's going on in that tape.
That's all.
Well, I figured you'd spike it up with your,
producer is what he's saying.
Right.
You got a producer.
He needs a producer.
Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, what I really, what I talked about with Howard about the tape is the thing that you didn't do was you didn't adapt yourself to Howard's audience. I know you think that Howard's audience would tolerate
this kind of show.
Mixed in with your shocking
guest. What kind of show is
Tolerate.
What kind of show is it?
It's an amateur. It's
what is he doing? I mean,
he has various people on, and then like he has a singer on. He starts teaching the singer how to sing.
Oh, no.
Hey, we're laughing at it. It might be funny.
Yeah,
It's a lot funnier the way I'm telling you. Believe me. Pat, why didn't you put him under your production company?
I don't have a production company. Yeah, Gary, you're not a
Mark, I want to tell you, I think you're a great guy. But if you're trying to talk to an audience in today's day and age, it's 1999. We're talking about the millennium.
Right.
Why would you tell a 5-year-old girl she could be the next Ethel Merman? Anybody knows? The whole world doesn't know who Ethel Merman is.
Maybe, seriously, you realize Ethel Merman is not a big name anymore.
No, it's over.
No.
It's over for Ethel Merman.
Gee, talk about curtain.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. On your show, would you do the things that Howard does to keep that audience? Would you shave a woman's, private parts? Would you throw
He can do anything.
Woman?
Definitely not.
He'd get a woman's private part.
He said no.
He would cut his penis off on a TV show.
No, what I did do, I thought by connecting the radio, you could get all, the talent that you could recruit and go to Atlantic City Hotel, who I'm speaking to, and
Mark's got a lot of connections, Howard. He does.
I even spoke to Mike Wallace about this.
Mike Wallace? By 60 Minutes.
60 Minutes.
What did you say to him?
I said, I'm working on the possibility
Mark doesn't know anyone under 80.
Ted Mack, and he thought it was a wonderful idea.
Where did you see Mike Wallace?
I said, well, I'm only talking to Howard Stern about it.
And then he threw up?
Mark was mugging.
Where did he
very, very nice man.
Can you keep my name out of those conversations?
Where did you see Mike Wallace?
I was at a party for David Wolfert.
Oh, not a party.
Oh, please. Pat, would you set him straight? Obviously. He's a little delusional, right?
No, I was.
Sexual. How can you set him straight?
You're fast.
I guess Pat likes going to these parties because he doesn't want to insult Mark.
I
have a hello for everybody here except Martha. I swear to God, I was at this.
Let me ask you something, Pat. This guy. Hey, you were about to get married, weren't you? Again.
Yeah, I slept with Gilda's last night.
You did?
Yes.
You slept with her.
The therapist came over and she did a little.
How old is Gilda? Tell Pat.
March will be 80.
What's wrong with that?
Come on.
Why
do you, Pat? What do you think of a guy who keeps going out with 80, 90-year-old women?
Lovely gal.
And who are wealthy?
It's okay.
Come on, Pat.
No sacrifice.
What happened to you?
I just.
Pat, you know there's something wrong with a guy marrying an 80-year-old.
I don't think there's anything wrong with this guy.
Mark is shooting Jackie with a water gun.
You think Rosie O'Donnell would approve this?
Now, what do you, all right, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
No, you're not, and you're not even blonde. What? What's bothering you?
No, I mean, you're this 80-year-old woman. I mean, didn't she dump you?
Dump?
Yeah.
Nobody dumps me.
There you go.
Dump.
My kind of guy.
Yeah,
Mark,
Vinny. Yeah.
tell Howard about your new idea based on the Will and Grace sitcom where Martha Raye goes.
Yeah, I was.
This is a good idea, Howard.
Vinny, does Mark call you every day with new programming ideas?
Mark calls me 10 times.
You gotta say something. I hooked Mark up with Vinny as a joke.
You
didn't do it.
I said, Vinny, I gave Mark Harris your phone number.
Quite frankly, I was there, Mark. Howard was just trying to get you off his back.
Right, so I said,
that's a good position.
So now Mark actually has the phone number of a real television executive.
Yeah, guy who runs shows.
And so Mark is going nuts. He's thinking, what can I pitch? So what did he pitch you now?
Okay, Mark was at the rap party for Will and Grace, the sitcom on NBC.
How do you get into a party like that? Even Pat Cooper.
I was at a great party last night, and Freddie Roman says hello to you and everybody except Jackie.
Mark, stay to the topic. Talk about Will and Grace.
Okay, Will and Grace. I was at the shooting of the...
Freddie Roman was there?
Yeah.
Really?
No, not at Will and Grace.
No, not at Will and Grace.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, you're jumping.
Mark, stay on track, Mark.
Right. Go ahead. Okay. So what is the idea?
I registered a treatment and...
Registered?
He read the whole thing to me yesterday. He acted out all the parts over the phone.
Yeah.
And is it not good or what?
It was actually...
I would like to hear the pitch.
It's based on my life.
What is the pitch? Maybe Pat Cooper will be in it.
You know what? There's something here, Pat. You should hear this.
Okay. It's called Oh Daddy. I really do have many children, and at 50 years old in this Bel Air mansion that I built, it's a Sunday, and I'm sitting home as all these girls, unmarried, come home, one with a black baby, one with a Mexican baby, the other one pregnant who's going to have a Japanese baby, and my 12-year-old in real life is the stepsister to these children. And with my butler answering the door, I go upstairs to speak to my late wife, who I could see and hear, which is Martha Raye, in the same period as Cosmo Topper.
Right. So, like Topper,
right,
you are married to Martha Raye.
And I'm the only one that could see or hear her.
And a dead Martha Raye comes back.
She's talking to you about all these problems.
I got to admit, that is some story.
Hey, Mark, how old is Martha when she comes back? Is she old, Martha, or young?
Visually, I would say in her 60s.
In her 60s. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Come back as a virgin.
Pat, would you like to be in this show?
No.
No.
It's not for me.
Right.
It's not for me.
Right.
I turn down things that don't belong to me. I don't want to be a part of it. Not that I dislike this man's power. It's not for me. He's got people out there that belong in that situation.
I had a thought for Mark. Seriously. What about gay Texas Ranger?
That's a good one.
Like the Chuck Norris show.
I want to be in that one.
Yeah, except Mark.
I want to play the Tonto.
Yeah, he'll be Tonto.
Yeah. And plenty of leather.
Wait a minute. Mark just scares all the criminals. He shows up and they run.
So what about that, Vinny? He calls you every day with different ideas.
He calls me. He's got a lot of energy. I mean, he really does.
All right, so be honest. Do any of his ideas seem to be of interest to CBS television?
Well, the late night show would never work because he's got to speak to your audience.
Right.
You know.
All right, that's legitimate.
As far as
he says he's entertainment for the millennium.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
Which millennium?
You'll never figure that out.
Pat, go ahead, Vinny.
He's trying. He is trying.
My live act is very good. People Magazine comes out on the stands, 2 pages of story on me. And
People Magazine?
No.
Where?
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's impossible.
No, they are, Howard. They're looking back at 25 years, and they're doing a retro on his marriage to Martha Raye.
I see.
No,
it's not about
they're
your
not
live
doing about the marriage
let's
to
get
Martha.
this
You're
straight
wrong.
now.
It comes out on the stand June 4th.
And what is it about, Mark?
It's about me and my life. And
it is?
Wow.
My act.
Jeez, I didn't
Maybe
for my life.
Right.
I have
Where
a live
is this
act
act
called
being performed?
Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel.
Oh, my.
In Atlantic City.
Going back, I think they mentioned that June 7th.
Pat, have you ever seen his act?
No,
You got to check that.
Let
Let him do some of it.
Send him a tape.
Yeah.
Because he's very busy. All right, listen.
Yes.
This was exciting.
We're going to leave.
What is he up to now, Mark?
Me? Well, my therapist is here. She did Gilda yesterday.
Wait, Mark is talking. What is it, Mark?
My therapist is outside.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
We want to bring her in?
And
she's gorgeous.
And I have a clairvoyant.
He's got a good bodyguard.
Oh, and my bodyguard is there.
And
you know, the lower you are on the totem pole, the more you entourage you have. Pat Cooper comes, you don't have anybody with him.
My bodyguard, seriously.
Who is with you? A bodyguard? Why do you need a bodyguard?
That's what I asked him.
Really? Seriously? Why do you need
my clothing? Look how I'm dressed. I mean, people are anti-American. I'm very patriotic.
No, really, what is this with the bodyguard? Seriously.
The therapist.
And why is your therapist with you?
She's gorgeous.
Well, she did analyze Gilda yesterday, not financially.
Right.
And then she analyzed me and the situation, and it was okay.
Are you still thinking of marrying this 80-year-old woman?
No.
It's
no
off.
marriage. No marriage. No.
You're just dating.
It's going to be together.
Does she give you money?
No.
Be honest. Has she ever given you money?
I'm just honest. Has she ever given me money?
Right.
No. She's picked up a check.
Of what? Of a car?
A restaurant.
That's it.
No cars.
All right.
Howard, therapists and
But I inherited a lot of land.
From who?
Really? I don't know how you do it.
He inherits everything.
Why hasn't he run out of money yet, Howard?
The conservatorship never found this land that Martha owned in
Oh, it's
Freeport
Martha's
in the
land.
Bahamas. No, it's now mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
The poor daughter.
What poor daughter?
The poor daughter who never
Like
gets...
no money for?
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Tell Howard about biography.
Oh, I just finished the A&E biography of Martha Raye.
You did.
And a matter of fact, you're talking about
Are
my
you all
sitcom.
over it?
Of course.
Of course.
It's the husband.
And close-up shots. What's wrong with you? And Norman Lear, I called him, and I also gave him this sitcom that I wrote.
This guy knows everybody. I know Joe DiNapoli. That's where my mom...
I don't know anybody either. Let me take a few phone calls. All right. Mickey, go ahead. Mickey,
I
go.
just wanted to say that if Mark Harris gets his own TV show, I'm throwing out my TVs and sewing my sphincter up.
Oh, you really should.
You will throw out all of your television sets.
I really think
I got
you
a few
should.
of them, too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so this is wild, Pat. As you can see, Mark is someone who's trying to establish himself in
He's
the
entitled. We're all entitled to do something. I mean,
Right.
give him a
If
break.
everybody else could do vulgarity, surely I could do just clean, good humor.
I would like to see him in a talk show, you know, and sit down and talk.
Well, they canceled Mandel.
I mean,
That's
in
a good
talk
time
show,
slot.
I think so.
They canceled Howie Mandel, and you would like that time
Oh,
slot.
he's great, by the way. Why they cancel him, I'll never know.
That would be a great...
Howie, if you're listening, you're dynamite. And by the way, Martin Short's getting one. He's going to be dynamite also. And if
Dynamite right into the ratings
Yeah,
show.
Martin, if you're listening, Martin Short, I read in the paper yesterday, Bernie Brillstein was my ex-manager.
Right.
I said, you're looking for talent. My name is Pat Cooper. You don't have to look so far.
Right. You are available. Yeah.
What are they looking for? I'm right in front of you. I'm like a tree right in front of you.
You would be a great ensemble player.
I would be great with Martin Short, Harry Short, and Nicky Long.
Right.
What, are you kidding me?
All I think you're terrific.
When they go, they're looking for Star Search. I'm right in front of you, blind bastards. What's the matter with you? Give me a break.
Pat, you're absolutely right. I want to thank you for being here. I love having you on here. You know that. Please come again.
But don't tell me to walk off the street anytime. I want to come on.
Anytime you want, walk off the street. I don't care. But I might have to bump you.
You know why? I would never do it. You know I can't. I would never do such a thing. But I thank you for
Well, I love having you here. I think you're a big talent.
I think so.
I mean, never mind Martin Short. I put you on.
I like Martin Short. I like, and I like my buddy here. He's a nice...
You like Mark Harris.
And Robin, I love you. I love you so, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Pat. Oh, he's walking
Pat's
out.
walking out before you can dismiss him. He doesn't like your dismissal.
I know I'm in trouble.
You're never supposed to...
Pat Cooper will be on the Fox News. Pat Cooper will be on the news channel on Saturday at 4 p.m. He has...
Sunday and Monday.
And he has a pilot show called Manja Manja, and he's in the process of writing a book called The Bodyguard. And you can see him doing his stand-up act all over the country. He's a very, very talented man.
Pat Cooper.
Bye, Pat. All right.
Bye, Pat.
All right.
I think he's running from Mark, actually.
I don't know. He's leaving. I think he's running out of here because Mark's here. He's great.
There's a clairvoyant outside who was a clairvoyant for Nicole Simpson. He read my stars. I figured you just have to meet him.
He was
Joe Franklin
Nicole Simpson's clairvoyant?
I know.
He couldn't be very good.
He has documentation.
You know what I'll do? Let me take a break. You sit here.
Yeah.
And I want to meet your therapist. And I want to meet your clairvoyant.
Oh, but meet the bodyguard first. It's built like a refrigerator.
Yeah, I want to meet everyone.
Okay.
Because you're fascinating.
Because it's a new group every time he comes in, too.
Yeah. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
What do you do with these people?
Howard Stern. The shock of Howard Stern.
Is a journey into the mind of Howard Stern. Howard Stern Show.
You know, it's been some time since we've seen each other. I miss you and wish you were here again. Did you know how much our friendship meant to me? Oh, I have other friends too. But that's just what they are. Friends. You are
beautiful.
Who is he talking about?
I think his wife.
A guy?
You're
probably a guy, but I think he'd say his wife.
No.
Who is this song to?
It's a nightmare.
Who is this song to?
When I recorded the songs, this was written by Gus Kahn for World War I. We study. This was the verse, I speak it, and then I go into vocals. I did think of the 3 boys captured.
Really? Let me hear this. You're very patriotic.
Yes, I really am.
Yeah.
Always have been. I gave Senator McCain a letter. I'll read it on the air. You'll freak out.
I don't want to freak out. What do you mean? Senator McCain, you gave him a letter about what?
In his hand. About what I think of my party, the Republican Party, and how they're destroying it.
Interesting. And what did Senator McCain do? Did he crumple it up and throw it at you?
No, he was very gracious.
He was.
In other words, Mark didn't see him crumble it up and throw it at you.
Right. Oh, wait, now he's singing.
I think about you.
I think you got a hit on your hands. What do you think of that?
It is a beautiful song.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, I'm the only one singing that Time to Say Goodbye in English. People magazine put that in the article.
The article coming out on you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you send this to the 3 soldiers? Because they would have broken out if somebody played this.
Unless I would have given it to Jesse Jackson, how was it going to get there?
Now, one of our guys overheard saying that you're having a feud with Mr. Blackwell. You Mr. Blackwell, you're not talking to him anymore?
There is no feud. I just do not acknowledge him when I am in a restaurant where he is or otherwise.
Why?
Why? A cat fight?
There is no such thing as a cat fight. He just decided that when my therapist was out there 6 months arbitrarily ago, she was staying with him and she wanted to come see me and he wouldn't allow her. I don't know what that was about. And then he makes up stupid stories. I never spoke to the guy again.
Did you snub him?
Whenever
Wait a second. What is he talking about?
Well,
Mr.
There's no fight.
Mr. Blackwell wouldn't see your therapist?
No. Mr. Blackwell had the therapist at his home.
Right.
And refused to allow her to see Mark while she was staying there.
Right.
Why?
I don't know why.
Where is your therapist? Is she out there?
She's outside.
Why don't we introduce your entourage? Because people are fascinated with your life.
Bring in the bodyguard because after that Rock Hudson incident, I had to bring you pictures of what I looked like then.
Okay. You know, he probably has a TV show in him.
The bodyguard is guarding pictures?
Yeah, he probably has a TV show in him.
What do you think he's guarding?
What is the bodyguard guarding?
My clothing. I'm the only one out of my closet because there's no room.
All right. You have a psychic with you?
Yeah, but let me
What
say
is his
hello to
name?
David Oaken. He was 50 years old. He's straight. And we hang out at Factor's Deli, the best pastrami in Beverly Hills. Go.
All right. This is your therapist. Her I know. Hello, how you doing? That's the doctor, right? What's her name again?
Dr. Gilda Carl.
Dr. Gilda Carl. All right. And who is this guy?
The guys with the pictures. He's guarding the pictures of Mark.
And this is the bodyguard. And where's the psychic?
Oh, you want them all here?
Well, I don't know.
Bring on the psychic after we finish. Yeah.
All right. Doctor.
Look at these pictures of Mark. Mark wants you
Hello,
to know
Doctor.
what a gorgeous
How are you,
man he
Howard?
was.
Yeah, Doctor. Oh, Mark's showing you pictures when he was younger.
Yes.
Right. Good. And he carries them around.
No, my daughter just framed it for me.
Beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're absolutely gorgeous.
That's when Rock Hudson hit on him.
What was what? Hit. Not hit.
Right. And then there's a psychic with you as well. I don't even think there's enough room for everybody. For your whole entourage. Let me talk to the doctor first. Doctor,
what's wrong with your pager?
That's very good.
Doctor, are you a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
I'm a psychotherapist.
You're a psychotherapist.
Yes.
So you're a psychoanalyst.
Psychotherapist.
Therapist.
So that means not a doctor.
I am a doctor and I have a Ph.D.
But not a medical doctor.
Anyone can get a PhD.
I don't dispense drugs, right. Not a medical doctor.
Okay. So Mark Harris is your patient.
Yes.
And so is the girlfriend, the 80-year-old girlfriend.
Yes.
And you've been very vocal. You told the 80-year-old woman, do not marry Mark.
I told both of them not to get married.
Why?
First of all, they knew each other for how long was that? How long was that, Mark?
3 months.
3 months. I said, get out of here. You're not getting married after 3 months.
And Mark's a homosexual.
Well, you know,
I'm there for the orgasm.
No, Mark really. Mark, no, listen, I have no problem with anybody's lifestyle. But Mark is gay.
Well,
and if I'm with a woman, I'm gay. And if I'm with a man, I'm gay.
If you're with a woman, you're thinking about a man. That's what we think.
Mark likes poontang, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, from a guy.
From anybody. Now, he has lived it. Behave yourself.
Okay.
He has lived the traditional life. He was married for 13 years.
Right.
Then he lived with somebody. He tried that.
And had a wonderful daughter from that.
He has had homosexual relationships. He has had heterosexual relationships. You know, the question is he asexual, bisexual, homosexual? The thing is, he's trisexual. He'll try everybody.
No, I don't believe that. I believe Mark.
Believe he secretly has a preference.
He
slept with this woman, Gilda. There's no question about that. They had a relationship.
He slept with an 80-year-old woman. And isn't...
Okay, wait. Now, let me get this. Okay, let me tell you something. I saw her yesterday again.
Right.
She is gorgeous. She looks probably like in her late 50s.
She's going to come on your show.
Really a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Right.
She's you
but
know what?
you know that
my mother looked like that.
Mark was trying to marry her for her money, right?
No, for the co-op.
No, he was trying to marry her for her money.
Co-op.
You knew that, right, Doctor?
She just inherited more money.
He liked the idea that she did have money.
Right.
But she said yesterday to both of us, she said, if you think anybody's going to take my money away from me, they're very much mistaken.
Well, Mark will figure out a way.
She's not even Jewish.
My money's on Mark.
No, she's not. No. Now they're not even sleeping together.
Now, why is it? We did, but not sexually.
You sleep together in the same bed, but not sexually. You don't think you're a homosexual?
Do I think I'm a homosexual?
Yeah.
I know when it's
Why are you sleeping with a woman and not having sex with her?
Because I didn't want to. First of all, I came home late from a party last night.
Right.
And I had to do your show early in the morning.
Right.
For a business meeting.
Right, so you are sleeping with her
today.
Do you plan to have sex with her again?
She came out for my opening. She slept with me in California.
Oh, she did. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you are sleeping with her. You're having intercourse?
No.
You're not having intercourse?
No.
What are you receiving? Oral sex?
No.
What are you receiving?
No sex.
I'm receiving no sex.
Oh, so you never had sex with her?
Oh, yes, we did.
You did.
That's why we're not having sex.
And now they're not.
Sex carried into romance.
And now there's no romance.
I have no room in my life for romance.
Yeah. I think with a guy you do.
No, I don't.
I mean, look at all the people he has with him.
There's people, there's nothing going on, really.
I'm going to see your friend David this week.
Oh.
His father's...
I bet you have sex.
That's why there's no romance.
His father's in Christina.
But Doctor, I can't figure out, what are you doing with Mark Harris? You're traveling with him? And
no, I'm not traveling with him.
You're not.
And I want to clear something up as well. Mr. Blackwell did not say I couldn't see you. That's not what happened.
You told me he would.
Why are you with Mr. Blackwell?
My house.
Mr. Blackwell is a friend of mine.
He is.
So, yeah, so when I was at his...
Are you married?
No.
You're not?
I was.
What happened? You had a divorce?
I had a divorce.
Maybe the doctor needs our help, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and do you hang around with mostly gay men?
No, I I know gay men. I know straight men. As a matter of fact, this past, what was it, a few days ago, I was out in L.A., and I said to Mark, hey, look, I'm out in L.A. He said, come over for dinner. And he had these 3 straight
wealthy men.
Who cares about wealth?
You do.
No, he had these 3 straight men for me to meet, okay?
Right.
You know,
and did you go out with them?
No, I just sat with them.
When's the last time you had sex?
Oh, I can't tell you that, Howard.
Are you seeing anyone?
I'm seeing a lot of people now.
You are?
Yeah, I just broke up a relationship about 7 months ago, and now I'm having a good time.
Right. Hey, you're an attractive woman.
Well,
I don't even think you're wearing underwear. When you sat down, I saw up your dress.
I don't think you could see that far.
Oh, I saw.
I don't think so.
Did you see the coos?
Yeah.
Do you befriend all of your patients and socialize with them?
Yeah.
Not exactly.
You know, like I have a therapist. I don't think he'd come hang around with me.
He wouldn't be at a party with you, or
I wouldn't have a therapist that would hang.
Everybody has different needs.
Right. And you give advice.
So I want to get this straightened out. Mr. Blackwell you had left.
Why are you at Mr. Blackwell's house for 6 months?
I wasn't. Wait a minute. Let's get this straight. I was there about 6 months ago, and I spent a weekend there.
I see.
Stay here. And it wasn't.
And Blackwell said, I don't want Mark Harris over here.
No. This is what I'm getting straight.
You told me he would not allow you to call my house.
No, I didn't.
She didn't want to see you, Mark, and she was afraid to tell you.
What happened is that Mark left a message on the machine. Somehow the machine garbled the telephone number, and I couldn't find it, and I didn't have your telephone number, and I couldn't return the call. That's exactly what happened. It had nothing to do. Is that why you're not talking to him?
Right. I mean, I don't care to talk to him.
No, well, that's wrong. That did not happen.
Well, it sounds to me like this is a terrible thing.
Very confused.
For Mr. Blackwell and Mark to be on the outs is a terrible thing. And all show business weeps.
Really?
And you're a bodyguard of some sort?
Yes.
Yeah. And
that's your regular job.
And Mark comes around. Oh, no, that's not my.
And he hires you to be his bodyguard?
Yes.
And what does he pay you to be your bodyguard? What can you make doing that a day?
It's about $100 an hour.
$100 an hour he pays. Where are you getting all this money from?
Do you know People Magazine kept asking me that when they saw my house?
That's a good question.
Yeah, they interviewed me.
And what is the answer?
It's got to run out.
He's telling me he's building
AOL.
An AOL. American. Oh, you invested in AOL.
I bought a lot when it was $27.
Right.
And then it went down to $22. But I held it.
Okay. And now you are a psychic, sir? You are John Cohan?
Yes, hi, Howard. John Cohan.
How are you?
And you say he was...
You are the celebrity psychic?
Yes.
He was Nicole Simpson's psychic?
Yes, I was. And also my columns have appeared with Cindy Adams in the last 11 years of predictions, and I've been in other publications.
See, I don't believe that people have psychic abilities. If they did, they would be multi-billionaires. And you would be able to tell things to people. Like, you should have been able to tell Nicole, OJ will kill you tomorrow.
Get out of town.
Get out of town.
No.
No, it doesn't work that way.
What do you get, then?
To begin with, let me tell you something. There are things that happen on a fluke. Hers was not a planned thing, and it just was a fluke. It was a spontaneous thing, and a person can pick up on that. And don't forget, Nicole is in L.A. I'm over here in New York. I'm going back and forth on the telephone.
Can you do me a favor? Because I would like to believe in psychics. I would like to believe someone has psychic. Can you tell me?
I think he's a psychic.
Well, yeah. Like what happened that makes you believe you're a psychic? Like, there must have been some big event you predicted.
Well, I've been doing this in the 70s professionally, and.
But when was the first time you recognized this ability?
When I was very young, but I didn't get it professionally started till I was.
Well, what was that incident when you were young?
Premonitions of things to come.
Well, let me ask you this. Tell me one thing that will happen tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen later on down the road for you. Not tomorrow, but down the road.
Oh, for Howard.
Not even for me.
Well, I'll do it for you.
All right, do it for me. Okay.
For you.
All right, because it seems egotistical of me to get my own reading.
Oh, whatever would think of that.
I would like you to make one prediction that will happen within this week. And then we could say you are the ultimate psychic.
Well, I am the ultimate psychic, but I don't have to prove this week.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Prove something.
But I'll tell you something down the road for you.
Thank you.
I'll be honest in what I pick up.
All right.
You can't force it.
Do me a favor. If it includes Jackie Martling, don't tell me what it is. I don't really want to be with him.
Freddie Roman agrees.
No, this is very good. This
All
is
right,
very
good. Thank you.
Down the road, when this is ended...
A radio thing.
Into the radio, right? You'll be going into heavy drama movies.
Thank you. And you know what? I believe you're going to be right. I'm a great actor.
He did it.
You did it. You are a psychic.
Anything that we
I think
couldn't
you'd be very
foretell.
successful with that.
Thank you.
Like, he's going to discover the cure for cancer or something.
Well, we know I'm not going to.
Is Robin going to meet a man and get married?
I could predict that, Howard.
You could?
Yes.
You could have predicted that?
Sure.
But you didn't. He did.
Yeah.
And you know him, Robin. I don't know him all that well. I'm going on what I'm picking up.
All right. So Mark had a question.
Is Robin
going
to meet a man and get married?
Meet a man and get married.
I don't think right now is a time for that. I think right now is a time for priorities, and that's not a priority. That's a natural thing that can happen anytime. But there are priorities right now that are more important.
Like what?
What could be more important than Robin getting a man?
Career.
Really?
Oh, please. I've had enough of that.
Been there, done that.
No, you've been there and done that maybe now doing this, but there's a new chapter.
Really?
Oh, and is that chapter going to include drama?
No.
Marriage drama.
She's just jealous that I'm going to be in a drama. You could say it. Go ahead.
Are they going to be together?
What is this career thing going to be?
They're not going to be together.
Oh, dear. We're
Me and Robin?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Robin. Adios.
Oh, sorry.
Adios, old friend.
Okay, so what am I going to do?
Listen, growth comes from change.
Exactly.
Yes, and so what will I be doing?
You should be a psychoanalyst. Never mind. I'm getting more information from you than the doctor.
What you'll be doing, Robin, but as I say, I have to go with what I pick up, and the honest flow of it all is that down the road it will be a good chapter for you. But again, it won't be, as it is now.
Will I at least ditch Fred also? This guy over here?
No, you're stuck with him.
I'm stuck with him. Hey, listen, wait a second. Give me one prediction about the world or something big that's going to happen so that I can monitor your success.
Well, no catastrophes, but I'll tell you about a celebrity that I did beginning of the year when they were talking about Jagger, and she signed the divorce papers.
Yes.
And I said I still stuck to what my prediction was, that they would not ever divorce.
So you felt they would never divorce Mick Jagger and his wife?
No.
All right. But what about something that's going to happen?
Will the Clintons divorce?
In celebrity?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Celebrity.
Yeah.
Will the Clintons divorce?
This is not an open thing. Oh, just draw at this, draw at that.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything...
Will the Clintons divorce?
Yeah.
That I don't touch. It's not worth it.
Everybody else does.
You won't even touch it?
No, it's not worth it.
Okay.
She won't touch it either.
I'm saying usually like a psychic will have...
Right.
You know how Gene Dixon predicted John F. Kennedy would be shot?
But see, the wrong concept of all this is you're focusing on just for disasters and terrible things.
Oh, give me a good thing.
A good positive thing. About what? The world?
My career. Mark Harris's career.
Please, I can predict that. Allow me.
Positive thing.
You're not doing anything. Sit still.
No,
yeah.
he has...
You're going to marry some rich old woman.
For another stock.
Forget the woman. Forget the marriage.
Goes up.
Stick with the career because...
All right, here's what I want to know. Out of my show, me, Robin, Fred, and Jackie, who will die first?
Oh, my God.
What do you mean, oh, my God?
Shush over there.
There's nothing to
Leave
think
it to the
about
psychic.
because you don't. I don't get into that.
You don't get into that?
No.
What do you get into? I mean, really?
I'm to help the person, the positive stuff of people.
I see.
Careers and relationships.
All right. Do you believe Mark Harris will ever... do you believe Mark Harris is straight or into women?
No.
That's my mother. She says no.
Who was that?
That's my mother. She says you're not.
That's not the question. The question.
No, that was the question.
That is the question.
Please go with
I should
it.
answer. Okay.
Oh, please.
He's
My life's an open book.
He's a homosexual, isn't he?
It looks that way.
Well, I'm wearing the American flag.
And that's psychically.
And
Right.
he knows what makes him happy.
I can't believe he fooled his therapist into thinking that he's into women.
Well, then how come he sleeps with women?
Because
Just because he can do it doesn't mean he likes it.
Because he wants to marry a rich woman.
So you think that that's what he does it for?
Yes.
It's like castor oil.
I'll tell you. I observed their relationship. They had a really intense relationship.
Oh, he likes women, out of bed.
He likes women in bed, too.
I wouldn't like Rosie O'Donnell in bed.
Kathy, you're on the air.
There wouldn't be room.
Women.
Yes.
Wouldn't be room.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. I just want to say hi to Mark Harris. I don't know if he remembers me, but I am a real old flame of his. And I absolutely adore Mark.
And you had sex with him?
I sure did.
But you're a very old woman, aren't you?
No, I am not. I'm not one of these old codgers.
How old are you?
Pardon me?
How old are you?
I'm 48.
Oh.
And when did you make love to Mark?
I met him in '82, and we had a little fling going, and I wish I still had a little bit of that.
Really?
I sure do.
You remember?
Was it New York or California?
It was in California.
And where did we meet?
Pardon me?
Where did we meet?
You know, you are so low, I can't even hear you.
Where did we meet?
He is low.
That is the Rangers.
You don't come any lower.
Where?
And you were singing there, Beverly Hills.
Which place?
Beverly Hills, you were singing.
Where?
Which place?
In your house, probably.
No, He was extremely popular at the Rangoon.
Oh, the Rangoon Racket Club.
Exactly.
Right. Well, he sings in weird places.
I adored you, and we got together that night.
I do remember, Kathy, I do remember.
You do? You remember having sex with her? Yeah.
I sure hope so.
I don't believe any of this.
Oh, well, please, come on. Mark was the greatest.
Been years.
Kathy, did you have money at the time?
Well, I don't know what you call money, but, you know, I don't think Mark was after me for my money.
Well, that's what you think. You sound...
I hear you're saying he marries for money.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
You sound like you've had a few strokes, I'll be honest with you.
Mark's ready for you.
Yeah, Mark's ready for you now, baby.
I'm ready for him.
All right.
Anytime he's ready.
Well, thank you, Kathy. This is quite startling.
And thank you.
Thank
Mark,
you.
I love you. I want to hear more. I want to hear more.
More Mark Harris.
Atlantic City, the end of the year. You'll hear more. And Howard will be in the audience, won't you?
I really should be. Thank you.
I love you, Howard.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Yes, you're on with Mark Harris.
Hey, Howard, what's up?
Yes.
I think I know a new career for Mark in the entertainment field.
What is that?
Well, I heard the WWF is looking for somebody very flamboyant to come swinging out from the ceilings every night.
It seems like you practice that.
Would you swing from the ceiling for the WWF?
Not even with his
Not even with it. Okay.
Ask Rosie.
All right. Thank you. You predicted that Ann H. will leave Ellen DeGeneres?
Yes.
When will that happen?
I did, yes.
When is that going to happen?
As we're speaking.
Oh, really? They're breaking up?
Is that right?
I see it.
Well,
where are they going after that?
To the beauty parlor. They both have roots. Did you see that walking around like that? They could afford to touch her.
Here.
What kind of heterosexual cares about that?
Hey, I used to do your Aunt Sally.
All right, listen. And also you predicted that O.J. will get married. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is he marrying the girl he's with now?
No, I don't feel it that way.
You don't?
No.
Would you get him a knife set?
No, let's
not
get into that.
What's the matter with you? You're in such poor taste. All right, listen.
He's the one that uses it.
All right,
but
listen.
I'll tell you something very interesting about another slant to the whole thing is, you know who O.J.'s secret fantasy was?
Who?
It was Nicole Brown Simpson's arch enemy. She used to refer to her as the Bobby doll, and she was speaking about Connie Stevens.
You're saying that...
Oh, my God.
Connie Stevens?
What are you saying? I don't even know why are you saying, oh, my God?
She's much older than Nicole Brown was.
You're saying that O.J. Simpson was in love with Connie Stevens?
Yes, Nicole told me that many times, and also it was a heavy thing going on. It was something Nicole used to refer to her as her arch enemy, because so many bad incidents happened when Nicole was at restaurants and different places, and Nicole would just put her foot down. She didn't take guff from anybody, as contrary to what the media says. That's not true. She fought for her own rights, and when this one used to give her insults all the time, she decided she was going to write a book about her and show the public her true color.
Did you predict, though, in 1996 that Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith would split up?
Yeah, well, don't be holding the Hallmark cards for them.
Really? You feel that will still happen?
I still maintain my stance, yes.
It's amazing. You have all this psychic ability, and look at what you focus in on.
All you do is tell when people are going to break up.
You tell when people divorce. I mean, I would... Why wouldn't you go to the track and pick a horse?
No. You're taking it out of context. What you're doing is you're taking yearly predictions.
Yes.
I have clients that I deal with all the time.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis that I help with their relationships and their career.
I see. Right.
Who?
No, money doesn't play strong in that. I'm not, anybody that knows my reputation knows I'm not into that.
If you look at Fred, do you think his marriage will last? Over there, that guy?
Stand up, right?
Fred, stand up. Let him look you over, because I know you've had rocky times with your wife.
Look her in the eye.
Go ahead.
Try men.
That was Mark Harris.
So Fred would be with man. Go ahead. Do you see anything for Fred?
Not at the moment, no.
You don't see anything? Yeah.
No.
I don't either. He looks like a blank slate to me, and I'm not a psychic. All right, listen.
No, it doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that as time goes on, maybe this problem will get better. He'll be picking, something different.
Oh, look at Jackie over there.
Yeah, what about Jackie? Do you see anything on him? He's a real loser. Stand up, Jackie. Let the psychic look you over.
Mark, I'll kill you.
Please.
He's got no toenails.
As in what in particular?
I don't know. Do you get any vibe?
It's just like you're saying, well, now check out from top to this.
Do you see anything in him?
He's asking you, will my marriage last? Will I be famous? Will I die? Will I bet on a horse? Will I have sex with Mark?
Anything. Is there anything you see?
What he does, yeah.
Do you see anything?
Yeah, I do see him in another locale.
You do? Another house?
Another locale.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Location. Bending over?
Can you imagine Jackie owns 4 homes already?
And now he's going to go someplace else and buy
And he's going to buy another home. You see, I believe
You
that.
just never have enough.
Right. All right.
No, but very interesting on the subject of the Barbie doll, because, you know, she asked me, Nicole, she said, would I co-author the book with her?
Right.
And now she's no longer here, but I will keep that promise.
Do you still speak to Nicole Brown?
I do get very important messages and dreams and in visions.
You do. What has she said to you recently?
Well, I'll be putting that in my book.
You will. You will not say it here.
No, because I'll tell you why.
Yes.
I'll tell you why.
That was Nicole contacting us.
That's good. I don't want to give it away.
You don't? Can you give us any morsel? I mean, the world is waiting.
Yes, I'll tell you this. I will give you some bombshells, but I can't tell you everything.
Go ahead.
On the book. Nicole's tragedy was not something that was planned.
Mm-hmm.
It was a spontaneous fluke, I call it.
It was O.J. got in a tizzy.
No, you're putting words now. Don't say
All right,
that.
thank you.
Is he going to
wait,
who did it?
No, O.J. did it.
I was never a friend
Who
of
did
his,
it?
nor am I now a friend of his. But
Right.
read in the book. You'll be very surprised.
Who committed the murder? O.J., right? You do not believe O.J. did it?
I'm not saying yes or no. But I will say this, though. Ronnie Goldman and Nicole knew...
their killer?
Knew his name. Yes, yes.
I should hope so.
His name was O.J. I know he'd kill it, too.
Well, it's not what it appears to be.
Really?
Sure ain't. He was there, but it's not what it appears to be.
Really? Well, there's a very... And you're going to drop this bombshell in your new book?
Yeah.
All right.
Nicole told you?
Of course.
From the factual stuff over the years of talking to her, and then also what I was picking up, yes.
All right. John Cohan is a psychic. He's a friend of Mark Harris.
How do you know him, Mark?
Which is more unbelievable, psychic abilities or being a friend of Mark Harris?
C.
But anyway, listen.
Get out the saucer of milk.
Yeah, but anyway, you're going to write a book. When is this book coming out?
I'm working on it now.
All right, we're looking forward to reading that. Dr. Gilda, thank you.
My pleasure.
It's very... Do you say your name Gilda or Gilda?
I'm Gilda. His girlfriend is
See,
Gilda.
sometimes he calls you Gilda.
No, he doesn't.
I made the mistake.
Right.
I haven't heard that.
I don't know your bodyguard's name, but...
Richie.
Richie
D, my security.
And Richie, what do you really do? What are you, cop?
I'm a car wholesaler. No, I wholesale.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, I think Mark wants to get in your pants between you and me.
I've done some
All
jobs.
right. And Mark Harris, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I have to take a break and then come back and do the news. What a group.
Whenever Mark comes.
He always has a posse with him. Doctor, reveal to me once and for all, are you wearing panties today?
I'd never tell
You're not, are you? Because I swear I saw up your dress.
She absolutely is. Whether the collars and cuffs match.
I'm
And that wouldn't be a
She
good
is a natural.
idea.
You're wearing what? You're wearing a pantyhose?
Yes.
Yeah, and no panties. Because I'm telling you, I saw something. Boy, I'd like to go to you for a few sessions.
Yeah, what would we discuss?
I'd like to know what my shrink, he always wears his pants. Is that what you wear for your clients? Like little mini dresses and stuff?
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes I wear the pants.
And doesn't that become an issue when you're all foxed up like this?
Not with Mark.
Not with me.
I want to wear your dress.
It's never an issue. We talk about real important things.
Clip
All
on.
right, are you wearing a bra today?
Yes.
I am.
You are, okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you
Does
have
that make you
do you have
happy?
breast implants?
Are you crazy? No.
No. All right. We're going to take a break and we'll
It's a
be...
real thing. Real redhead, real
Right.
roots.
No birth control.
How is that?
All right. We'll take a break and we'll be back right after these words.